Welcome to part 2 of my video series on what to do after a close call to boost your confidence instead of wreck it. This video is about the second strategy and what to do later when you catch yourself thinking about a close call and the what if rabbit hole. So after a close call, it's really common to find your thoughts going down the what if rabbit hole. It's also common for riders to want to share our close call stories with others. However, when you do this, you could inadvertently be reinforcing your inner cave person's view of the event as a near-death experience, which will strengthen future fear responses in similar situations. This is what wrecks your confidence. So instead, when you catch yourself thinking about a close call and drifting to the worst case what if scenarios that could have possibly happened, you need to stop that train and redirect it to a more positive track. Repeat what actually happened. That while yes, it was a scary close call, that you and your horse are actually okay. If there was an action that you took, or if your horse maybe responded in a certain way that prevented a more serious wreck from occurring, focus on those strengths. So shift the perspective from the negative, what if, worst case scenario to a positive, strengths-based, here is why this wasn't a wreck perspective. So you can further reinforce this more positive view of the event by stating what you've learned and how this event has better prepared you to handle similar situations in the future. I also strongly recommend taking the time to journal. So this will help you to reinforce your new positive strengths-based perspective. So this journaling exercise can be used for close calls that occurred long ago, to help you to rewire your memory of the incident and shift your mindset about it. Now, when you write your thoughts down, they become tangible, they become more real and believable to yourself and especially to your inner caveman or cavewoman. So the same thing goes for when we retell our close call stories. What you say out loud becomes more believable to your inner cave person. So if you tell the story and you focus on the what ifs, like, oh, Breezy and I fell in the mud and I could have gotten hung up and dragged in the stirrups. So by doing that, I'm going to be reinforcing that it was a near-death experience, and that's going to diminish my confidence. Instead, tell what happened, but focus on why it was just a close call and shifting to that strengths-based perspective. So instead say, yeah, we slipped and fell, but I kicked my feet out of the stirrups so that I couldn't get hung up, and we were all fine and I got back on and finished the job. So focus on that when you retell your story. And also when other people tell you their close call stories, ask them, well, what did you do that made it a close call? So that they can recognize their strengths and not continue going down that worst case scenario rabbit hole. Because the more that we hear and repeat these worst case scenarios and go down that rabbit hole, the more your inner cave person is going to remember those stories too. And that's not going to help your confidence.